So what do we mean when we say, hi, we're QR and we're the product data professionals? Well, I think we're here to connect the physical and the digital world. We know that product data is the lifeblood of an organization, but when we look at that digital plumbing, we'll find constraints on the system functionality, poor data quality, poor process adherence, inconsistencies and data loss, duplication of work, silos of information and bottlenecks all over the place. And at the end of that, you're still expecting to get a quality product out. Our mission is to build complex products with best-in-class speed and efficiency. And we do that with three main offerings, I suppose. There's improving engineering efficiency, accelerating and de-risking projects, and digital transformations. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, an engineering team is $1 billion asset, so how do you get the most value from them? For the projects, 80% of all new complex engineering projects are late and over budget. Why should non-delivery be the norm? And to make digital work now, we know that 90% of businesses are thinking about digitalization, but only 10% are actually confident with their own strategy. Our weapons in this are highly motivated, clever, homegrown PDM professionals who get stuck in, want to change the world, and know how to do it. That'll be over a range of areas, from things like bill of materials, variant configuration, engineering change management, configuration management, project management even, and IT and process and organizational transformation. And we do that by owning parts of the process or integrating with our client teams. Sometimes that's in the form of an engineering centralized service. It might be a performance improvement piece, a cost or weight attack. Sometimes it's a diagnostic to first dissect a business and establish how it works, what drives it, how it performs, what the business wants to be, and what needs to happen to get it there. And then at the end of that, it's about rolling your sleeves up and just getting on with it. We're not just here to make a presentation and report back. This is about actually delivering the transformation itself. Now, I'm quite biased because I'm part of the US business unit, which is where all the magic happens. We've gone from a handful of us landing in Detroit in 2017 to a team of 40 so far in both Michigan and California. And this year is about growing the business to 100 with a mix of all parts of that business that we need to function, from our core PDM professionals to our consultants and our development teams too. So I'm very excited by it all, and basically you need to strap in because it's going to be epic.
Who should apply to Quick Release? The good thing about Quick Release, in my opinion, is that we are in a pretty niche industry. This means a lot of what we do and a lot of what you need to know, I think we actually teach you on the job. So while there are different backgrounds that can correlate well to what we do and that we might look for, it's not necessarily required to work here. So we do require a college degree. Different majors or coursework that might be relevant would include anything in technical. We have a lot of people who come with maybe computer science degrees, more IT related degrees, as well as data related degrees, so data analytics, anything like that. We have people who've come in from various business degrees, supply chain analysis, things like that. But like I said, it's actually not required. My personal degree, my bachelor's degree is in history, and I'm able to get along just fine. So I think a lot of the skills that you really need, we teach, but there are certain things that maybe would make you stand out from the crowd if you're an applicant.
I first studied product design for a couple of years and then moved on to a bachelor's in biology, which led me to begin my master's in theoretical ecology. From there, I got a job in the financial industry, which led me to work as a trader.
Before Quick Release, I did my master's in energy and environmental analysis, and without any prior experience, I joined QR.
What does the application process actually look like? Well, there's just the straightforward application. Submit your resumes to answer some questions about yourself. If once we look over your resume and we are interested, the first step is usually just a quick, maybe 30-minute interview with one of our recruiting team, just to talk a little bit about the position, gauge your interest, talk about your background, just see generally if this is something that could be a good fit. The next step is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting and maybe our more unique recruitment process. We do send out what we call a data test, or they might call it something different, but it's usually some sort of Excel test that you're able to take at home. It's timed, but it's something that we are able to provide you the basic answers for. We're just looking for how you are able to apply those basic answers and interpret it to get the results that we're looking for. Depending on how you do in this initial interview and the data test, we then move into what we call an assessment center.
That was a really, really great opportunity to showcase my personality, my skill set, but also get a real understanding of what the quick release company culture was, what the core values of the company were, as well as what I could bring to the table, and if that was in fact a good match for me.
We had like 4 different sections: presentation, a group exercise, and a technical exercise, and then interview.
Depending on how you do in this, the final stage is usually a final interview with someone on our senior leadership.
That really allowed me to get a feel for where it is that the company was going as a whole, as well as to how I could participate.
Once I was offered the position, the boot camp, where we basically 2 weeks of learning
everything from PDM basics and theories to system-specific tech skills to project management essentials, and then we also train soft skills like organization and presentations, because we need those as well with our clients. You have to be able to present the data that you've found.
BOM structuring, BOM change management, the different tools and systems that our clients use, things like that, in order to really try to ready you for the job. After that initial boot camp, we usually start to try to put you on project as quick as possible.
Fast forward to today. I am working on the F-150 project, one of the variants of the F-150 truck by Ford. And basically I work with different stakeholders, the program management, the purchasing team, the engineers, etc.
Creating reports, doing a lot of work in Excel, double checking various things that engineers might be doing, part releasing, things like that.
I have gotten to work on 2 different teams. The product data management team first, which is a team that is very heavily involved with the quality of the data that is coming out of the systems that the engineers create various parts in. And then I got to move to the change management team, in which we're still very heavily involved with the engineers. But in this team, we make sure that all changes that are happening are justified, and we kind of assemble all different aspects of the client's business.
Most mornings it kicks off with our morning stand-up over coffee, where we go over as a team most of our upcoming tasks for the day, any challenges we might have, any help that we might need from the rest of the team. The remainder of my day is pretty well split up between sort of technical tasks and meetings. So I have a variety of meetings, both client side, working on a regular basis to help engineers maybe understand different things that are going on in their bill of materials, helping them implement changes, as well as meeting with the program team to both maybe just observe, interject if there's any questions about, again, the bill of materials, the processes, anything like that that we're helping with, as well as split up with some various quick release meetings. So we have regular meetings as a team, both locally and globally, to make sure that we understand what's going on with the business. We have various different types of meetings that are more optional things you can get involved with. You can get involved with business development, you can get involved with recruiting, you can get involved with coaching and mentoring, and there may be teams and different initiatives you can join for that. As well as, again, as a business manager, I also frequently meet with my team, the people who report directly to me, to work on their personal development and growth.
You have all of these areas of the business that you could potentially participate in, but you also have the possibility to branch out into something that's not quite yet formalized and create it for yourself.
I no longer feel like just this tiny little cog in a giant machine. I'm not stuck in this endless cycle of repetitive tasks that have been assigned to my department. Instead, I could be working on any variety of project. I'm encouraged to ask questions and reach out and learn about what's happening and think creatively about how to solve problems and just get involved. So you're not just stuck in one particular role, but you can see what everybody else is working on. And wherever you see a bottleneck, I can actually go help there. I can actually, make a suggestion or learn more about what's happening or position myself in a way to better support and get through it. So I'm no longer just an observer. I can actually go out and change things and help people.
Every 6 months, so usually in the spring and in the fall, we have ongoing opportunities to allow you to apply to what we call progression. This is essentially an application allowing you to interview to prove your skill set, prove your value to the company in order to kind of pitch yourself for an opportunity for a raise or promotion. We also have regular ongoing promotions for different types of positions, including business manager, business leader. We have opportunities for you to move to different parts of the business. If you really enjoy working in business development or you really enjoy working in IT, we do have opportunities for that.
Currently, we have the opportunity here in Michigan to kind of pop over to California and help them out with their new business unit. But prior to this pandemic, we had the ability to kind of go anywhere that QR has a base. So whether it was the UK, Germany, the Southern Business Unit, which is in the Southern Europe Business Unit, which is in Spain, or the Australian Business Unit. I myself have applied to go and help out Australia. I know a lot of other folks on the team have been able to go help Australia, go help, or they have worked in the UK. They've worked with the German business units as well.
We're very good about keeping in touch with each other, whether we're on projects by ourselves or with another group. And there's such a company culture of, if you have a question, just ask. It's never going to be a burden. And if you don't know something, somebody else does, and somebody else will be able to help you, and they're going to be ready to do it. Plus, it's just a fun group of people. So we get to do challenging work. It's changing all the time, and I have a really fun, supportive team with me. So
in short, what we're really looking for is a member of the team who is interested in data, who maybe has an interest in cars, but not really required, as well as someone who we think would enjoy working in this type of environment. If you think that's you, I really encourage you to apply, allow yourself to get to know different members of the team, and we hope to speak to you soon.
2021 will definitely be our year because actually 2020 was our year. So we're going to keep it going. And we're going to keep this train rolling. And I think that it's going to be a really good, really fun 2021.